Hi folks, and welcome to the latest update on Crow Road. In this video I'll be covering laying the track and getting some trains running. I'll be going over some of the tweaks to the original plan that I showed you in the first video, and also give you an update on some of the rolling stock that I'm planning on running on this layout. I've also been doing some research on the area, and we'll sort of finish off with some heritage railway footage from recent visits to the Watercressline because, well, why not? So in the last video, you'll have seen I started the track laying by putting some of the Kato conversion tracks at each end, which allows me to connect the Kato track that I'm using for my fiddle yard to the Pico Code 55 track that I'm using for the scenic part of the layout. You don't actually need these special conversion bits of track. You can actually do the job with any bit of Kato track, but I've got some regular fish plates, but I've got them, so I thought I'd use them because I can't really use them for anything else. So those as a guide, I started to plan out the rest of the track. I was just about to start cutting the track when I realised I was about to make a mistake right at the start. So for the period and location I'm modelling, the sleepers wouldn't be wooden, as I was about to use, they'd be concrete, and I didn't have any. So it was then onto the web to order some Code 55 concrete sleeper track, which was a bit annoying. It delayed things for a bit, but I don't think it would have been anywhere near as annoying as discovering at a later stage that I'd used the wrong track. Now the right type of track, I then realised that the original idea of having a two-track siding wasn't going to work, as I wouldn't have any space at the back of the layout for the road and the tenement flats that I was planning on putting it there. So it's already quite tight at the back, and I'm already going to need to do a bit of foreshortening tricks to kind of get it to look right, and with that second siding there really isn't any room for anything else. Before laying the track, I glued down some cork matting to make sure that the Pico track was the same level as the Kato track. To try and save on the cork, I did this by cutting out various different sections and glued them down in what I thought were the right places. As it turned out, it wasn't nearly the right place. As you can see in this video, there's a slight overhang of the track, so there are some gaps where there really shouldn't be, but it is supported, which is the important thing. The issue I've got is to make sure the platforms are the correct height. They also need to be on the cork. And so I've been better off actually just laying the cork across the whole area and then kind of cutting out the bits I needed rather than trying to do what has effectively been a bit of a hash job. But yeah, you live and learn. And so with a slightly modified design, it was actually fairly easy to cut the track between the different lengths of the joiners. For the point, I've used a medium-sized Pico Unifrog point that I've used before on Peelish and the Salterbeck rebuild to good effect. I do find them more reliable than the regular insulating points. You're not totally reliant on the tracks connecting to give you the conductivity into the siding. And I think they also look a bit more realistic than the small points I have used in the past. And with all that done, it was time for the fun bit of getting some trains running. At this stage I haven't glued anything down, as experience has told me that as soon as you do that, you'll realise that something's gone wrong. Some of the tracks won't be quite connected properly, or there'll be some issue. So at the moment I'm just running the trains on the track as you see here. It's not glued down, just to kind of check that everything is working. I thought I'd give you a quick update on the rolling stock that I'm planning on using on Crow Road. In the last video I talked about some of the emus that I've got on order from Revolution's trains to run on the layout, and I think I talked about some of the potential freight options. And thanks to Tim's trains for some of the options that I hadn't considered. One of the trains I do want to run on this layout is the Fort William sleeper, which for those who don't know is a section of the London Euston to Scotland sleepers. Doing some research on the RM Web and Wikipedia, I came up with this chart to sort of visualize over time the different train formations and liveries and rolling stock that ran over the period that I'm planning on modelling. So as you can see, from sort of starting in the sort of mid-90s, you got the Class 37s hauling intercity coaches, typically 2 sleeper coaches and 2 or 3 day coaches. And then moving through the various different company liveries and locos, hauling them until we get to the current train, which is modelled by Revolution's trains. I've coloured the coaches and locos I've got, and you can see the ones I'm missing. I think I can source all the sleepers as ready to run through DAPL. The day coaches are going to be a bit more of a faff, but I think Electra Rail do delivery transfers for them, so it'll just be a case of finding some Mark II coaches to convert. As for the locos, I've already got quite a few of them, sorry, from my Cumbrian layouts, and some of the others are available ready to run, so I'll just keep an eye out on eBay for those. Over the Easter break, I was up in Scotland for a holiday, and while I was there, I took the opportunity to do a bit more research for this layout when I could. When visiting Glasgow Science Centre, I managed to get this photo, which I thought might prove useful as some background scenery. It's got a nice view of the university and a few other of the major West End buildings in it. On the way there, I took this photo of the engineering sidings at Dumbarton Central, which is the sort of thing I had in mind for the engineering sidings on my layout, so hopefully this will be quite useful for providing a bit of inspiration. And also, sadly, when I was at the station, I noticed that the station cafe has now closed, which was run by an old school friend of mine, and so I think I'm going to have to recreate it somewhere on the layout as a small tribute, maybe in the main platform buildings or on Crow Road at the back. And finally, for this update, for those that like my Steam layouts, so Bransty and Peelish, finally got myself some new Steam audio from a trip the other weekend to the Watercressline's Spring Steam Gala. So yeah, you'll finally hear some variation in the sound, because I have been using the same audio for a while now. And with that, I'll leave you with some of the videos I captured while I was there. I hope you enjoyed this slightly random update. Haven't really made a lot of progress, but well, you've seen where I'm up to. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you all next time.